Alright, so how do you set up Unity? Once you install the Unity Hub, you click on New, 3D, you name your project, you can pick a location where you want to save it. You don't have to do that, but it depends on what kind of project you do. Unity will always show you the recent projects and things and like saves you have worked on, similar to Photoshop and stuff like this. You hit create. So how do you import stuff? How do you do anything? Well, it is not that difficult, but you can make a lot of mistakes if you don't know what you're doing. So for instance, if you were making avatars, there's an important order that you have to import things. You would first import the VRChat SDK, which can be the SDK 2.0 or 3.0, depending on what system you want to use. Obviously this 3.0 is the newest one. I have not worked with it, so I probably won't make a tutorial as of right now about it because I don't know how it works yet. Either way, let me just make the window smaller so I can actually show you what I'm doing. If I can just hit the window to make it smaller, there you go. So this is ugly, I know, but it will do for now. So what you want to do is you find your VRChat SDK and you drag and drop it into the scenes asset, into the asset folder. So you'll see all these things inside. This is all part of the SDK. You can just hit import. It will take a while. After that, once it's done, you would have to drag and drop the dynamic bones into Unity if you have that. You could okay, so it doesn't matter which one you do first. You can do the dynamic bones first and then the SDK, or you can do the SDK first and then the dynamic bones. The order between these two is not important, usually. Now let's drag in the dynamic bones. Just hit import. Let it finish its thing. Right, it's done. So, and then the next thing you would do is install or import your shaders. I have the Poyomi Pro shader because I pledged on Patreon for it. I paid money for it. You'd have to use the public version of it, which is fine. It still does its thing and it's still good. So we can look at things here in the list and see what it has. It has shaders, obviously, because it is a shader, and different shading effects. So hit import. So what you want to do, or what you would like to do now, is import an avatar after Unity finishes its thing, of course, again, which will take a while because it's a little bit more than the dynamic bones, but we'll get there. We have all the time we need. Alright, so once that is done, I am going to import the Soichi Malachi avatar made by Zoidberg. It is publicly available. You can pay for it if you like to. He does not charge money necessarily. You can just hit it, type in 0 and then don't pay for it. But if you like his work, I recommend checking it out and maybe dropping him a little bit of a donation or something. So you can just drag and drop that in there. But very important now is some avatars, some Unity avatar, some avatar packages for Unity come with the SDK or Poyomi shaders, a version of Poyomi shaders. So if you import an avatar, it is very, very important that you look through this list and disable any shaders that it might come with, or Poyomi shader, for example, or dynamic bones, or the SDK. Because if you import an avatar that is older and you have an updated SDK or dynamic bones or Poyomi shader, importing these with the avatar will override yours, and it can break, and actually it will break most of the times your assets, your resources inside Unity, which means if you did that, you would have to redo all the important thing like this from scratch again. It's not too bad, but it's just time consuming, and if you know what you're doing, you can just avoid it easily. So yeah, now we imported all the essential resources into Unity. Well, once it's done, of course. So that means I can move this window away, and then once Unity lets me grab the window, I'll make it full screen again and show you the last 2 steps, or like maybe 3 steps, who knows. So you have all your assets in here. First of all, this is think of it as a file explorer. This window down here, this big, the assets, right? Think of it as your file explorer. You have another hierarchy on the left side, which you can also use to navigate through these folders. Let's say if I click on scenes, it will open the folder scenes. You can always get back to the main assets folder if you click here or here. If you ever need to look for something in the entirety of all of your folders, you can use the search function over here and just type in the name. Let's just look for the animator controller. Wait, avatar controller. Right, so I just type in avatar, and there it is, avatar controller. So I don't need that right now, so I can hit the tiny ass X. Oh my god, that is like, it's like the size of an ad, if you know what I mean. Alright, so now this is done. Before we do anything else, we go to File, Save As, and then just type in whatever you like. Doesn't even matter. Save. Then we go to File again, and Save Project. So what this does is it saved all of these resources you just imported. Now what you want to do is you close out of Unity, you reopen Unity, you see your project, which with the Unity version on it. You might have to change that if it's outdated, or if it's updated, or like if it's not, like the SDK, the SDK 2.0 only works as far as I know with the 2018 version of Unity. I don't know if it works with the newer version, but I just go with this one. And they just click on that. So what you do now is, now you have your avatar here. Let's just say prefabs, merged, and you just drag and drop it into the hierarchy on the left side. And then you hit on File, Save Project. Actually, you want to save it on a different name, and then on that, like I say it, touched project, and then you save it as new project. Right. So now what it technically did is you have a clean version, a clean install of all your plugins, which you can always go back to, and then when you fuck up something in here, you can just go back to the Unity Hub, to the small window, select the older version of the prefab that you made, and then you will be and then you'll have everything set up, ready to go, and then you can just import the avatar again, or delete it, import another avatar. It's not necessary to do this. It's not necessary or like needed to do this, but it can save a little bit of time if you're new to Unity and need to learn stuff and you're like just messing around in the program. Anyways, this is it for it. Well, this is it for now. I can't even speak anymore. Jesus Christ. In the next videos, I'll be explaining different things in Unity and different, like, the bones and how everything works. So yeah. Until then.